Need your high heels on, too.
How tall are you?
6'4". 6'4", yeah.
You look it.
11 too.
And now you're away tomorrow.
Yep, tomorrow night. Yeah, Friday night, so I think it'll be like 4 or 5 days out from the fight.
It wasn't meant to be this way. You were meant to be a couple of weeks away.
Yeah, September 24 American time was my original date, so I was supposed to have like probably another 2-3 weeks of training. Yeah, 3 weeks out would have been. Yeah, and yeah, I got a phone call from Huge. I was out on a walk, and yeah, I picked the phone up, and I'm like, you know, like, what's going on? Like, what is he calling me? And he's like, had that, you know, a little bit of that tone in his voice, like he had some big news to tell me, and I'm like, getting ready, like, what is it? And then yeah, he just said, we got you a better fight, like, I think there's been some pullouts or something, so yeah, fighting up in 2 weeks, and I was going like, oh, I just like had a feed, like a big munch, so I was like, I don't know if I can make the weight out of this. I was real sketched about, but nah, the weight's come down all right. I think the stress probably just took it off. So yeah, no, I'm going into fight week good. So.
Is it the same opponent?
It's a different opponent. So I was supposed to fight 6'7" Brazilian guy, and then this opponent arrives who was like 6'3" kickboxer, American guy. So I think we just said, oh, we'll take the fight. I looked on the Tapology, and there was like 6 or 7 different pullouts for light heavyweight on this card. So they were really trying to patch it up, like get a light heavyweight fight on the card. So we just took the opportunity. You know, it probably looks good in our book, being willing to take those fights. You know, so, yeah.
Can you put a comparison on both of those fighters? Was the other guy going to be harder, or was this guy got different skills?
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't much tape on the Brazilian guy, so I think we were like really just guessing. I think the game plan, but this guy's a little bit more tape on him. Yeah, very like hardy kickboxer, which is like my game. I've been fighting some of the best kickboxers on this side of the world, probably at a higher level than him. So yeah, I was like pretty comfortable with this matchup, you know, because in front of Dana, like who doesn't love striking, you know, and if we can just throw down in front, yeah, I know it'll be a barn burner, you know. So yeah.
Just you talked about the weight and how big a problem it is, you know. That's a big jump, like missing those 2 weeks.
Yeah, yeah. Usually I'll bring my weight down slowly over like 3 weeks. I didn't have like a lot to cut. It was just like 3 kilos, I would say. Well, but I just sort of slimmed that off, 2-3 off in 1 week, which yeah, I think it's like a little loss of energy on that last week, but at least you know you don't have to like diet for long. So that's a good thing. But yeah, I'm probably looking in real good shape at the moment. So yeah, I feel like I'm always in good shape. But yeah, I think it's really ripened me up.
So how long was your camp?
Well, I was coming back to back off camp since December this year, last year, and I was training for a fight in March. It didn't happen, and then I ended up having that Hex fight in New Zealand in May, and then straight after that, 6 weeks straight after that, in June I think it was, in Melbourne, and then I think I was back in the gym for like 2 weeks before hearing the Contender Series debut, and then I was like, oh well, I'll just take the time. I was always in the gym, just training back to back. Yeah, so it's like my body's good to go, you know. I always just make sure that I don't get injured and look after myself, and that's been key to my success this year, was just being in the gym, no matter sore or what, just non-stop here, and yeah, I've credited that to my success so far. So yeah, one more fight to go, you know.
We all talk about the Air Street and how hard that hill is, but you're a champion on it.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at it for a big fella. I think the big fellas, don't really like it, but running has always just been my attribute, like stamina. So I get a lot of confidence going into fights, knowing that I'm like real fit. So even on my worst days, I'm fitter than most people. So yeah, I go into fights real confident because of that.
Something else has happened in your life too that's made it a bit easier for you. You've picked up a good sponsorship.
Yeah, I've got a lot of great sponsors. RPM, probably one of my biggest ones. Kirkwood Barbers, Progress Plumbing, Aaron Tucker and Progress Plumbing, Thomas Singh, Investor Pro, Stephen Kirk and Ron Robinson. I'm from Duo Home, Mount Eden Chiropractic, or unofficial clothing. Oh yeah, and Bitcher. Yeah, they've all jumped behind me. Bitcher, we just started with a new deal with Bitcher, so yeah, it's like coming at the right time, like all the sponsorship to really fund me towards just going all in on the dream, and it just feels good knowing that the New Zealand had backed me, backing me to really like get to the UFC. Because it is hard. Like we don't really get like a lot of money from this sport. We're not backed by a government, or it's like a really thing that you have to push yourself through the community, you know. And yeah, I've just been doing that over the years, just really trying to bring my name up. So when this opportunity came, people would like look for me to help. So yeah, it's been awesome.
Well, I know you won't let any of those supporters down. You won't let New Zealand down.
Cheers.
And,
thank you, Tony.
We'll be right behind you as well.
Cheers, bro.
Cool.
Awesome.
Excellent.
Me.
Yeah, Aaron was telling me about the Victor one too.
Yeah, that was a big one.